Hello and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. I have to say that this game is pretty damn addictive. I only picked it up a couple of days ago and I've already logged 12 hours playing this damn thing. I played through the first year before I created this video just so I can bring you guys a bit more information on what kind of game this is. Well, first of all, it's a survival game. Second, it's set in medieval times. And third, it's basically medieval dating simulator. I'm joking. Actually, it's more like The Forest, except without the crazy half-naked zombies trying to chase you around. The interface, the UI, the feel, everything is very, very much like The Forest. In fact, I think it's probably running on the same engine that The Forest does, and that's probably why it feels like The Forest. In terms of sort of atmosphere and stuff like that, well, it's quite nice actually. It's pleasant. It's actually quite a calming, relaxing game to play. But there's a lot to do. And you have to be quite busy. I like it, actually. I think the balance in progression, things to do and stuff is why it's so addictive. You're sort of, as you work your way through each day and each season, you're constantly sort of going, right, I just need to build one more hut. Right, I just need to hunt a few more animals. Okay, I just need to gather a few more things. And in the end, ultimately, the aim is to build a village, get some people to come to the village and work for you so that you don't have to keep running around, chopping down trees, hunting deer and so on and so forth. Graphics wise, I think it looks pretty damn good. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty. There you go, that's the word. Shouldn't even need to elaborate on that. Some sort of issues with the graphics do exist. It is early access after all, so there are problems, like how the map always centers on the map rather than you, which is kind of annoying. Other than that, I have very little complaints about the game. Hunting is pretty satisfying. The mechanics, like I say, if you like The Forest, you're going to like how intuitive the UI and the controls are. The storytelling, it's alright. It's kind of Eastern European levels of dialogue. Not particularly advanced. Getting people's affections is quite difficult. Using diplomacy and stuff is quite difficult. One wrong move and you're down into less than 50% approval. And you want to get people over 70% approval. Stuff like that. But ultimately, the game is really, really quite fun, quite addictive, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So, if you're looking for something new, something maybe completely different from capital ships, space, sci-fi stuff, why not settle down for the simple life in Medieval Dynasty? Stick with me because I'm about to start a brand new Let's Play on this game.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Well, here we go. We are here. We are in Medieval Dynasty. This is the scene that you're greeted when you first start the game. And, well, like I said, it's pretty. It's quite pretty. There's a lot of information to take in when you first play the game. And the game will try and do as much as it can to try and help you through that, but it is somewhat overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sort of supplement the game's kind of tutorial and hints that it gives you when you start off with a few of my own sort of tips that I've kind of found out on the way. Hopefully give you a little bit of an edge when you first start your first game of Medieval Dynasty, if you're even interested in this game. If you're not sure, carry on watching. Let's find out, shall we? So here we are, in the middle of a wilderness, a lovely wilderness. And we get our first mission is to talk to the Castellan Unigost. Gonna struggle with the names in this place because it's kind of like medieval, middle of Europe, something like that. So when you open an interface, obviously, like I said, the game gives you a bunch of tutorials and stuff like that. But this is the world map. It's not a very big map. It's not big by kind of modern sort of standards, but it's big enough. It's big enough to keep things interesting, in my opinion, anyway. And bearing in mind, obviously, this game is early access, so it is still developing and still being added to. We can see that we are in the middle of nowhere. Right here, here's our little arrow. And we've got to go to Gustovia. I think that's how you pronounce it. And talk to some dude. Now, when you first sort of start making your way towards your first mission, what I would suggest is just gather stuff. Just gather everything that you can see. Sticks are great. If you find berry bushes, yeah, take the berries. Take everything that you can possibly get your hands on until you are encumbered, and then just get yourself just under encumbered so that you can actually sprint. Because if you're encumbered, you can't sprint. I'm just going to go around and pick up a bunch of sticks, and I'll explain why in a minute. But when we get down there, it's going to make sense because this game hinges quite a lot on its economy. It's quite interesting actually to have a sort of survival game where it has some kind of level of economy sort of thing going on. So yeah, just pick up a bunch of stuff, and then like I said, once you're sort of encumbered, then head to the objective, which is only just down that hill. There you go. And you will notice in the recording as well some graphical glitches, like when I turn, the water kind of flickers and stuff. I'm not sure how to fix that. But, you know, it's slightly irritating, but it's not game-breaking, so I'm going to try and ignore it. I suggest you guys do the same. Of course, if you do know how to fix that, please let me know down in the comments, because it is annoying. It's really annoying. But other than that, the game is very pretty. Very, very pretty. And it reminds me a little bit of kind of Skyrim in some senses, because you just sort of, especially from like hilltop like this, you're just looking over this valley and it looks pretty damn good. It looks good. The atmosphere of the game isn't the same as Skyrim. I don't know, Skyrim just had a sort of an atmosphere about it. It's difficult to describe. It's not like that. It has its moments, sure, but this feels more like the forest. And like I said, that's probably because it's in the same engine that the forest was made in. I don't know. But so much of it, as we go through this, you'll go, that's exactly the same as the forest, does it? Yeah. There's like the traps, the rabbit traps are identical to the forest rabbit traps. So yeah, this is another reason why picking up all these sticks and stuff is a good idea, because you get XP and you get levels, and then you can unlock more stuff. I'm still not encumbered yet, so I'm just like picking up. You can check out your inventory with I, and you can see, okay, we're only 18. We're going to be picking up the sticks for a while, so I think 103 is probably going to be fine for now. Let's just crack on, shall we? The idea being, obviously, you want to pick up as much as you can, because when we come into this village here, we're going to sell it. We're just going to sell all of it, and even a stick is worth 1 coin. So it just seems to make a lot of sense to just pick stuff up when you go into a village and sell it. Show me your wares, good sir. I've got 100 sticks here. Kindly sell me, and there you go, I've got 150 coins. Oh, I got some rocks as well. Have them as well. Wonderful. Try not to sell the food that you've got on you. The food that you've got on you is pretty damn good. It lasts for a while, so keep that, you know, in your inventory as long as possible. Really, try and use sort of free food that's just loitering around, like berries and stuff, as much as you can. Unigost, whatever. Hi. Hey stranger, what brings you to our valley? You don't look like a merchant or a pilgrim. How dare you call me a pilgrim? Oh no, he's saying I don't look a... I'm not... Rastamir is my name, and I came from south looking for my uncle Lordan. In his old home they called him Lordan the Raftsman. Lordan, yeah, he told me once about his life on the river. You came to the right place, but a few years too late, I'm afraid. Why is that? What happened to my uncle? He was a great man and an even better friend. Rasimir, as a good craftsman and an excellent trader, he made a small fortune here. See the tavern over there? He built and ran it, as well as many other shops you will find in the valley. My mother told me that he got wealthy in the north. I had no idea how wealthy, but that doesn't answer my question. Your uncle got himself killed, my friend. He had this idea of a huge trade with the German kingdom in the west. 5 carts filled with the best iron ore, beautiful coloured linen, and excellent beer, pulled by 10 oxen. He was not fooling around, I can tell you that much. So what happened? His trek got ambushed by bandits, his carters slaughtered. He must have put up a good fight, took two of them to death, from what we saw when we searched for him. I buried him myself, or better, what the wolves left behind. I'm sorry to be the bearer of such news. My uncle is dead, his wealth is gone. I came all this way for nothing. Don't say that. I wouldn't let a nephew of Norden go to waste, and even if most villagers forget fast what they owe your uncle, I have no intention to join them here. I am the Castellan, and my word still carries weight, so tell me, can you build your own fortune? I can craft simple tools, I can collect my necessities from the wilderness, I know how to count and to barter. That's good enough. I may not have goods or gold to offer, but you can have as much land here as you want. Not sold, but granted to you for life. Build a house, grow vegetables, keep some livestock, and follow your uncle's dreams. Are you serious? My own land, as much as I want? As much as you put to good use, my boy, and as long as you can pay your taxes. I understand. Do you have any advice for me to start with? You can cut down trees to build your house. Reed grows by the river. It'll work well for a roof. Do you have some food with you? Not much. If necessary, you will find several vendors in our village. If you don't have any money for food, you can always look for mushrooms in the forest or hunt animals. Maybe I could earn some coins somehow. Sure. You can talk to people here or in other villages. Maybe someone will pay for your help. Thank you so much for the advice. It's time for me to find the right place. Let me see, I have something special for you. This is the hammer your uncle used to build the house in which he grew old. What better tool could you use to build your first home here? Thank you very much. See you next time. Cool. Okay, so yes, that's going to take us through all the various things. You got your sort of construction wheel, which is quick select wheel. By holding Q, you can do your crafting. All your building stuff is in here, and you've got some other stuff, including traps, fireplaces, and whatnot in there. We'll get to that in a minute. One of the most important functions, or it's not so useful at the beginning, is the inspect mode. Holding Alt, this does use stamina, but it gives you information on, you know, people, animals, herbs, and stuff around you and whatnot. So if we check J, our journal, we can see what quests we have. So we've just got the chapter 1 new beginning at the moment. This is asking us to gather some sticks and rocks and axes and cut trees and straw and stuff like that, all sort of normal, easy beginning stuff. What we also see on a map are some exclamation marks, and these are other quests. The little bag icons are traders, and the person icon are people you can talk to. Now, let's pick up a couple of quests here first of all. I think this is the main guy up here. This guy gives you a lot of quests, so this is Alwyn. Alwyn! Yo! Hi! My name is Rasimir. I'm Alvin. I don't recognize you. Are you new here? I came from the south. I'm looking for a new place for myself to start a new life. Well, good luck. Thanks. Every day I cultivate fields. In fact, I do the same thing every day, year to year. Doesn't it bore you? If I were you, I would die of boredom. Of course it bores me. How long do you do the same thing in life over and over? The family needs my help and I'm doing my best. Did I offend you? Sorry. It's fine. On top of that, the handle of my damn scythe broke. Now it takes even longer to harvest crops. I think I know how to help you. I'll be back soon. So, yeah, Alwyn's story sort of goes on for a while. He is definitely a good quest to stick with because you get some really good rewards for this. So I know it starts off kind of like, well, great, I'm going to go get a stick. Let's grab a stick. And then we talk to Alvin again. Alwyn. Hi. Are you joking? How am I supposed to use that? Give me that scythe. I'll show you how to do it. I know how to create some simple things. We're learning something new every day, right? There we go. Maybe I am a farmer like my father and I don't know much else. You never know when something will be handy in your life. Anyway, thanks for your help. I should get back to work. Sure. The rye won't cut itself. See you later. There we go. So now I have to wait until the next day before talking to Alvin again. And this repeats quite a lot. So I would suggest you keep what location you decide to settle in. Keep that in mind, because you're going to be bouncing between this area quite a lot early game. Just to forewarn you. So bear in mind, there is no like horses or anything like that yet. So you got to run everywhere. You just got to run. So if you settle like really, really far away, because it looks good on the map, you're going to be running a lot. Okay, so we got another quest over here. Let's quickly jog on over here. What we got? Hello. Let me get that door for you. Are they in here? Yeah, this dude. Hi, can I help you with something? Hey, young man, need your help. I'm an elderly person, I know how to craft tools. Could you please bring me an axe? I won't forget to reward you for that. I can do that. Cool. So stone axe requires 10 sticks and 2 rocks. Very easy. Get out of the way. I said, hey, can you move a little? Thank you very much. So yeah, you can do that. If an NPC is getting in your way, you just tell them to move. Right. So yeah, water is an important thing. You'll notice in the bottom left we got food, water, our health bar, and our stamina bar. So food being orange, water blue, health red, stamina green. We need to keep an eye on those and keep them topped up. Water is fairly easy as long as you're near a source of water. Food, not so easy, and that's why I say you've got to keep that kind of dried meat and stuff in your inventory handy, because you can't find things like berries and mushrooms or whatever to just chow down on in the wilderness. Then you are going to have to resort into the stocks in your bag. Where are all the rocks? Seriously. I thought there was loads up here, but these aren't. Yeah, I need a pickaxe for that. I need a pickaxe. Are these little rocks? No. I am in the wrong place for rock. They're really little. You can barely see them. Anyway, got our rocks. We'll make a stone axe for that guy. And while we're down here, actually, we're right next to the water. We could go in and have a cheeky little drink. So there's reeds here. Reeds can be used to make straw. So if you see a riverbank like this, you can usually count on there being a bunch of reeds there. We'll need to collect some of that later. We don't need to do it right now. Let's go give this guy his axe. Ooh, over the fence. Where is he? There he is. He's still in there. Hi. Here's the axe you wanted. Thanks. Good stuff. So mostly we just get this sort of dynasty reputation. The villagers do just sort of stand around a lot, which is kind of, it's a bit immersion breaking. They'll either stand around a lot or they'll just glitch out. But yeah, I kind of got used to it now. I'm kind of ignore it. Right, so you see this little fireplace around here. Each village will have one of these. Will have these sort of chairs and stuff around, right? And around there, you usually find these people. And if you use the Alt key to go into inspection mode, you'll see they have a bunch of stats over them. That is kind of like the stats similar to your skills up here. Okay, so you've got like extraction, cutting wood, mining, hunting, farming, diplomacy, survival, and crafting. We've actually got a point already in survival knowledge. So I'm going to just upgrade the survival knowledge skill there. Great, good. But these guys, what I would do is every time you can, every day that you come to a village like this, come talk to these people. Come and talk to them, because these are the people that you will later employ in your settlement. So you sort of just go, hi, yeah, do you have a minute? So if we ask him to join our settlement, he'll first of all say, I heard you are building your reputation up. Keep going. I might consider your position. Reputation required 50. First of all, that won't take very long to get. The next thing that they'll require is approval 70%. Okay, so the best way to get sort of approval from these guys is to just ask them stuff, just talk to them. But it's really, really tricky because a lot of the sort of options that you get are just rubbish. They actually make your approval go down. So it's kind of a bit like because you don't know the person that you're talking to. So if I said to him, hey, have you seen this noble walking around with his amazing ropes? He might be like, oh, looks on everything. chill out and you'll lose 5% approval. And it's like, oh, great. So, recently got any hunting, any tips? No, 0 approved. This guy, he's got his arms crossed and everything. His entire demeanor is hostile towards me. How have you been lately is fairly safe one. That will usually give you approval, but this guy is properly stubborn. Yeah, so now I've got that. I recently got into hunting. I've got the same options again, neither of which are going to give me any approval with this guy. So I'll just leave him for now. And yeah, you're obviously the game will keep trying to sort of give you hints along the way. But I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and try and talk to him then before it will give me any new options that may succeed. So it is really tricky to get people on side, certainly until we've got some dynasty reputation anyway. On the map here, you'll notice little quests sort of here, there, and everywhere that you can go. I've never actually gone down this far, this sort of southern part of the map. Yeah, just been mostly loitering around this area. We need to go and find somewhere to build a house. I would suggest somewhere near water and somewhere near these two settlements, Baroa and Gustovia, because actually we just build a house. Once we've built a house and we've got through the main quest lines, we can actually look for somewhere to build a settlement somewhere else if you want to. You know, just destroy our house and move it, I think. So for the time being, I think I'm probably going to settle just over here by this bridge. And that's going to put us a nice equidistance between Gustovia, Baroa, and Baranica, which are three kind of quite frequently visited places. Denica as well is quite frequently visited. It's not too far away from Denica there. So let's head over to that location, and then from there we can start gathering sticks and stones and building more stuff. Another thing to look out for while you're sort of scanning the ground for rocks and sticks and stuff is this broadleaf plantain. It's only available 3 seasons, so in winter everything disappears. So, but this stuff is really good because you can actually eat it to heal 10 health, and it's everywhere, and you'll get a skill later if that'll allow you to see it in the kind of inspection mode. It will sort of stand out. But until you get that skill, just keep an eye out for it. Scan the ground. They usually sort of grow in little clusters and stuff. So. You know, if you see one, there's usually more than one around. But that is probably the best way to heal yourself early game. So just keep an eye on that. Right, here are the reeds. I'm going to go and collect a bunch of reeds on our way to our new home location. So here we go. This is where we're going to call home. Right in this kind of little nook here. Now, the only problem with this area is it's incredibly wooded. I say it's a problem. It's not. It's actually, this is fantastic. You need a lot of logs in order to build anything really. And we're going to build a house. We're going to build probably a workshop and stuff as well, so that we've got access to some of the other tools like shovels and whatnot before we start our settlement. Like I said, we can then just destroy everything and then go and actually build our settlement somewhere else a little bit more suitable. But I'm going to choose here for now. I don't actually know whether this is a good idea or not, but we're going to go with it. Okay, we need an axe, first of all, because we need to chop down some trees. We need 6 logs in order to build a house. So if we queue houses, we can see simple small house, 6 logs we need. Yeah, so there are 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. And you kind of need to be prepared for winter. But if you follow the sort of quest lines and stuff they give you, you get fur coats and stuff like that from them. So this is where it's quite similar to the forest, in the way that you sort of chop trees down and they turn into logs and stuff. There's 4 logs. Tree stumps are a bit of a nightmare. They can be a proper pain, but if you can get a shovel, then you can dig them out and clear a lot of land, because we're going to be able to want to make a small field to make crops and stuff at some point. But again, maybe leave that until we've actually built our settlement. Okay, we're going to be over encumbered now, so that's the little icon in the bottom left. We now can't sprint, but we should be okay, because now we're going to build our house. Look at that, lovely. So you can rotate with Q and E. It's not voxel or block building. It is all sort of fixed place. Obviously, you place it wherever you want. And the initial sort of cost is just the frame. So now we actually need to build it. But before that, we need a building hammer. And it will show us what we can build where. Oh, we already had one, yeah, of course. The guy gave us one, didn't we? I forgot about that. Oh, well, we've got two now. We've got two, it's fine. So if we select the building hammer, this then gives us an idea of what else we need. So one log and a bunch of sticks. And that'll be one door. And this is the building, really. This is why you need a lot of trees, because just one building will take something like 20 logs to build. Maple trees are the best. They give you sort of 4 logs a tree. The birch ones will give you only 2 a tree, but birch is much more common. Also keep an eye out. You'll notice that the light is fading now. But if you keep an eye out when you chop a tree down, usually it will drop feathers nearby the tree if you can spot them. Very hard to spot, but I think is that them there? That's just a stick. No. Okay, well, they're very hard to spot, but sometimes feathers will drop. You'll see them drop. Collect them. They're very, very useful for making arrows later, and you need a lot of them to make the arrows. So there you go, there's our front door. Okay, right, so I'm gonna get on with the rest of this, and we'll have a house soon. When it's nighttime, it gets really, really dark. It can do, depending on the moon. I think sometimes it's quite light out here if it's a full moon or whatever. But yeah, remember to equip your torch. Just select the simple torch and press F, puts it in the torch slot over here. Later on, you have to do the same with arrows as well. You can wear a hat and a hood and gloves, as well as sort of the other sort of clothing items you can see there as well, and have up to 8 things on your toolbar. So I think we're nearly done with our house. Try not to set the roof on fire. And one more roof. There's the straw that we picked up. Boom. We have our small house. Fantastic. You can set light to the fire, so we don't have to keep the torch on. But there we go. Okay, so Chapter 2, a survivalist, is our next mission. Set a trap for a rabbit, wooden spear, stone knife, and hunt a wild animal. Now, because of how dark it is, I'm probably going to wait until morning. You can sleep through the night, but every season is just 3 days. And at this stage of the game, you really need all the time you can get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some gathering of the logs and wood and stuff like that in the dark, off camera, and I'll be right back with you to finish this next quest in a moment. In the meantime, food is quite an important part of the game, so we should probably eat something. Our food is down to 18 of 100. Now we have our apples, we have our dried meat and our oat rolls that we start with, but on the way I've picked up a bunch of mushrooms. Now if you click on each one, it tells you sort of its general kind of properties here. Freshness only goes down when you change a season, and so that creates some interesting strategic choices with farming later. We can see that these mushrooms only give us 1 point of food, but I have 16 of them, so I'm just going to chow down on all 16 of those mushrooms. That's going to take our food up to 34. I'll keep us going for a little while longer. I would like to avoid eating the apples and dried meat if I can for now. It's quite difficult to spot mushrooms in the dark, but they are around, so I'll keep sort of harvesting these as I'm looking for sticks and logs and stuff like that. So that should keep our hunger off for the time being. Now you can collect berries in the spring, but you can't eat them. They will collect as unripe berries in the spring. They will give you 0.5 food with a 20% chance of poison. Now, in their unripe state, they can actually be used for dyeing things. So they have some use in this state. But my advice is just leave all the bushes until summertime, and then you can gather them to your heart's content. There are a lot of berry bushes across the map. So generally what I do is if you're going from one town to another, harvest the berry bushes on the way and then sell them. Each berry is sold for a coin. So if you harvest 300 berries on the way, you got yourself 300 coin. But for food, your best bet in spring are these mushrooms and hunting. As you gather things, you'll notice that you become increasingly more encumbered. And there is a chest in the house that you've just built, so you can actually offload some stuff like sticks and rocks and logs, heavy things like that, into the chest. I'm going to go ahead and just pop all of that in the chest until we're ready to use it later, and the straw as well. Things like unripe berries I can't use. St. John's wort is good for curing poison, reduces the level of poisoning. I'm going to try and avoid getting poisoned in the first place so I don't have to use it, but it's good to have in storage. So as you kind of pick things up and just sort of chop down trees or anything really, you'll get XP that you can see in the skills tab here. Over on the right hand side, you can see how much XP you've got before the next kind of skill point. So in survival here, I've got the most because I've just been going around picking so much stuff up that I've got like, I'm on 3 points in and I'm already up to 492 of the 750 that I need in order to unlock the next thing. The first point that you spend in is knowledge of that particular skill. And I suggest investing your first 3 points in just knowledge. There are maybe some exceptions to that. In survival, for example, the survival sense is extremely useful. In hunting, the tracker is extremely useful. You need to be tier 2 for that at least anyway. So those things will give you the ability to see things through inspection mode, that kind of click alt. I don't have it at the moment, but if I did have the survival sense, then I would be able to see all the mushrooms and harvestable plants through the forest floor would be highlighted in yellow. Very, very useful. For now, I've got my 3 points already invested in survival knowledge. That's going to give me 3 times the XP that I would normally get for doing survival tasks, like just picking sticks off the ground or mushrooms and things like that. Now, I've had a busy night. It is just about morning of picking up sticks, rocks, and all sorts of stuff so that we can actually crack on with our next line of missions. So we set a rabbit trap as our first mission, so that's easy. Q, and then others, and then traps and rabbit trap. We're going to set that just sort of set that a little far away from the house. I don't know how effective it is. I don't know whether you can just place it anywhere or not, but place it a little far away from the house there, and you know, give enough time. Hopefully a rabbit will waltz into there sooner or later. As you can see, it's the exact same model from the forest. There is no difference, I don't think, in those two. So our next one is to craft a wooden spear. Now, I don't think I've got... Yeah, so annoyingly, and this is one of my little gripes with this game, wooden spears I would have thought would be crafted out of sticks. But no, they are crafted from logs. I don't know why. Perhaps it's to make them a little bit harder to get hold of. I don't know. But yeah, we've got to craft some wooden spears. I would suggest crafting around about 5 of them. It's probably a good number to have on you at any one time. They can weigh a bit, so I wouldn't craft all of them because you just end up being over encumbered seriously quickly. But also spears break very easily. And you can lose them quite easily as well. So I'd get a good 5, and then you're probably ready to start hunting. Now we just transfer those logs back along with those sticks and rocks. Our box is full. So your house only gives you a 50 kilogram box to fill. So your logs will pretty much tank most of that. Actually, we've got 28 rocks, which is weighing most of the stuff there. Stone knife is our next task. Stone knife, there it is. Stone and sticks will do that. Good. And finally, hunt a wild animal. Well, this is fun. Okay, first of all, let's go into our inventory here. We've got stone knife, which I always like to have on 1 for some reason. It's just how it's laid out, I think, when I played. Our 5 wooden spears are going to go into number 4 there. Just click on the thing that you want to assign a spot and then press a number and it'll pop it down there. Don't try and drag and drop, it doesn't work. And everything else I think we're going to try and leave here. Now I've got 60 sticks on me, which takes up a lot of weight, so I'm going to try and trim that down a bit. Now, what you can do, if your box is full, it's a little bit messy, but you can actually just drop stuff. And it doesn't seem to disappear. It might disappear between seasons. In fairness, I haven't tested that concept. But if you drop it, I think it's fine to drop it while you're within a season, say like spring, summer, or whatever. When the seasons change, you get reset back to your house, and the entire map gets like reloaded or something. Well, apart from the trees and stuff you chop down, they stay chopped down, but everything changes obviously between seasons. So all new stuff, all new plants, and whatnot. So hunt wild animals. Well, we're a bit hungry still. I have collected some more mushrooms, but they are just not quite cutting it. I might have to delve into our reserves of dried meat and whatnot. But if we are successful in this hunt, then we should have a bunch of meat that we can roast over the fire, and that'll keep us going for a while longer as well. So hunting, in the early game, hunting is quite difficult. It is quite difficult, A, to first of all find some beasts to throw your spears at, B, to hit them with the spears that you're throwing at them, and C, not get ganked by goddamn boars and wolves while you're doing it. But speaking of boars, there's one right there. If you use control, you will sneak, and I'd like to try and get as close as possible before trying to spear something. Now this is a boar. This will attack me. Once it notices me, it will attack me. Now it's going to notice me very, very quickly in a second, because I'm going to throw a spear into it, and then into his eye. And that's why you have more than one spear, because it usually takes more than one spear to take one of these beasts down. And that was a good shot. I hit him right in the head there, did maximum damage, killed him straight away. I get my 2 spears back, which is lovely, but they will now be quite severely damaged, so there's probably only one throw left in them. No, but there we go. But that is quest complete. Wild animal has been hunteth. Now we could continue hunting. Our mission at the moment is to wait until the next season. But remember, it's been a day, so now we can actually go and talk to Alwyn again. And Unigost wants to talk to us as well. So we've got 2 other story quests that we can do, while our Chapter 2 quest is waiting for the end of spring, which is another 2 nights away. So we've got a bit of time before we can continue that one. Let's go back to the house, cook that meat, fill our bellies a little bit, and then we're going to go and talk to Alwyn. When you are crafting stuff, if you can craft more than one, you'll see it will say R to craft more. You can then press E to maximize and then F, and it will just cook that or craft that thing as many times as you can in a row, one after the other. It's just a nice little shortcut in the UI. And don't forget, if you're going to town, as we're about to, you need to stock up on stuff to sell. Now, we've got a crap load of sticks, not only these ones, but also the ones on the floor. But maybe we can do something with these to turn them into slightly more profitable things. We can obviously craft them into various tools and stuff. And some of them are worth more than others. So I'm going to create a bunch of wooden hoes and try and sell them when we get there. Well, here we are back in town, so let's go ahead and sell some goods, shall we? Now, I have no idea if this actually works or not, but if I say, hey, do you have a minute? Just got back, tough job. Oh, well, we just lost 2 of you. Smell like a barnyard. I don't have time. Well, okay, well, that completely backfired. I was trying to get a little bit more approval out there and I got a little less. Okay, well, screw it. We're probably going to lose money on this particular sell. But let's sell our hose here, which are 18 a piece. We're going to sell all 6 of them, because we don't need that many. I also made 12 stone knives. I'm going to sell all of those as well. And we got a wooden hammer, but I'm going to need that. And that's probably all we're going to sell for now. But that takes us up to almost 400 gold, even on just day 2. So not a bad little turnaround. Let's just nosh down on those few mushrooms I found on the way here, just to tie us over a little bit longer. I'm just kind of like sitting at 50% food at the moment for a while. And don't forget, when you stop by town, see if you can have a little conversation with these people just sat around doing nothing at the moment. This guy's approval has gone back up to 50%, which is good. Nice weather we're having today, don't you think? It's lovely. It's raining like crazy. Now, last time we spoke to this guy, I said, got any tips for hunting? He just said no. which means the only other option I have is nice weather. So let's go for it. See what happens. Sure. This guy is not having it. Okay. Have you heard any gossip lately? No. This guy's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. Do you know what? Whatever, dude. Whatever. I tried. You're just an asshole. Okay. Assholes aside, let's go talk to these guys. Let's talk to this guy first. Unigost. Hello. Good to see you settling in, my boy. How's life treating you lately? Not too bad. I have my own house. I don't starve, and people start talking to me more and more. Apart from that guy back there, who's a total assbag. Right, that's good. I heard you picked up a hunting habit recently. How did you hear that? I killed one pig. Are you watching me? There's plenty of game in the woods. Is that a problem? No, on the contrary. We don't have any stupid laws around here that would reserve the game for the nobleman. And you can do me a favour and earn some goods. I'm listening. There is a fellow hunter of yours called Sambor living in the lodge on his own. He doesn't like me much, and he is a loner, but during his last visit in the tavern, he dropped some remarks about bands of wolves that could become a problem. Find out what he knows, and I will reward you. Alright, I'll try to talk to him. Okay, so we gotta go talk to Sambor. Alright, no problem. Sorry about that. Well, while we're here, we need to also talk to Alwyn, who's over there. Now, obviously Alwyn's story sort of continues each day, so I can't remember what this one is actually. What's new, Alwyn? Tired of my mother's conflict with Juragnan and her son Delabor. Won't leave my sister Olga alone. Crikey, okay, I'm really confused already. I understand that it's just a game for him. After all, when I was his age, I played with Dobrim, his older sister. I was a knight with a stick instead of a sword, but I defended her honor. Like every knight does. It's adorable. Anyway, you are a fool. Thanks. I think he needs something to keep him busy and away from my sister. Bro, you got a problem? What are you calling me a fool for, dude? So you can have some peace too, huh? It would be nice. Fine. Okay. He wants me to go and entertain his nephew or something. I need to have a stick on me. So, from what I remember, let's grab this branch here. Right, here we go. 2 sticks. This is a nice easy quest, but I mean, you know, a bit rude. He calls me a fool. I think he was, because the dialogue's a bit funny in this game. It's clearly not written, like English isn't the first language, I don't think. So I think he says like, oh, you're a fool, as in, you know, you're funny kind of thing, rather than the actual meaning. Hi, you're Dalebor, right? Right. Yes, you look very strong for your age. Have you ever thought about becoming a knight? It's my dream. Are you a knight? No, but I know a lot about them. Have you heard that all of them start learning how to fight with a wooden sword already at your age? Where can I get such a sword? Not a knight. Alright, dick. It just so happens that I have one with me, and I can give it to you because you are clearly worthy. Yeah, clearly. I'm honoured. It may look inconspicuous, but it's certainly an excellent practice weapon for an aspiring knight like you. Give stick. It looks like a bit like a regular stick to surprise your opponents. Do you know what else knights do beside fighting battles? They ride horses. This as well. But most of all, they protect the ladies and children from danger and make sure there is no harm done to them. Ah, really? That sounds like a lot of work. Yes, this is the most important principle of chivalry. Good luck explaining chivalry to a 7-year-old. Alright, thanks for the sword, not a knight. Now I am going to defend the ladies and children. You're welcome, young master. You're welcome. Marvellous. Okay. Sure. Good. Good, sure, good, sure. Well, there we go. That's Alwyn's story. It warms up. Trust me, it warms up later. I solved your problem. Saw him running around the village with a stick. Since I literally just came straight. Where did you see that? I think you must have an amazing gift of persuasion. This young one does not listen to anyone. I got this bread from Dobrimura as an apology for her brother's behaviour, but I think you've earned it. Here, take it. Thanks. No problem. Sometimes she gives me things from her mother's tavern. Oh, yeah. Are you close? No, I do not know. Alright then. See you soon. Flirty. Right. So that's the other thing, actually. That brings me on to an interesting topic, is the flirting. Roberta is 21. She looks nice. She looks lovely. So you can flirt. I want to tell you something, beautiful lady, is this the standard line for starting a flirting engagement. I wouldn't get you anywhere today, of course, but whatever. But before you do that, you need to have approval above 50%. So again, you go down there, do you have a minute? And then it gives you the options. The same options seems to come up over and over again. Have you seen The Nobleman? Well, yeah, that usually backfires on me. And what a day, I've been working non-stop. And again, early bird gets the worm, only seems to work with people that work in the trade. As you can see, that just gave me -5 approval. Not sure if that's true, otherwise I'd probably be a noble by now. Aren't you funny, you dumbass? Right, and then of course, you can't actually go back into the conversation because I've pissed her off by asking a question. So, okay, moving on, fine, screw you. And you know what, screw that grumpy bastard down there as well. You're both tosspots, whatever. I don't need you. I'm gonna go and see some guy about hunting or whatever. Anyway, the point is, it's really difficult to get people on your side in this game for some reason. Yeah, I think I need more points in my dynasty, at least anyway, before I can start all that. But it's good to sort of try right from the beginning, because if you can only talk to them so much in a day. So if you can get some points up early on in the game, it's going to help you recruit later on. And also help you find a wife. You need to find a wife, and then you need to bear a son. Or if she doesn't bear a son, you'd have to execute her and find another wife and keep doing that until you actually get a son. Bit Henry VIII style, but whatever. But if you don't have a son, by the time you die, or if you die, your dynasty ends and you lose the game. There we go. Medieval Dynasty Simulator. Simple as that. It's really not simple. Anyway, let's go and see this chappie up here about some wolves. I should also tell you about technology. So another tab that you've got is technology over here. Now, this is a bit of a passive tab. You can't really do much in here. It will slowly work through these, and it will tell you what you do in order to increase your sort of points within technology. So crafting here, craft stuff. So cook, and you'll get points, and that will unlock certain schemes. I think they mean schematics or whatever, for certain things like the workshop, the sewing, the tavern, smithy, and so on and so forth. So building, if we cut down trees, do mining rocks, digging clay, or build stuff, we'll unlock points for building. So like resource storage here and things like that. So if you're looking in the build menu here, and you can see stuff is locked because it says not enough technology, that's why. You need to, this stuff will only unlock once you have worked your way through technology. So at the moment, I have unlocked the workshop because I have done enough crafting to unlock the workshop. So when we get back to our house later, I'm totally building that, because then we can actually build some more better tools, which sell for more, so we can make more money. But yeah, the only way to sort of increase this stuff is, like it says in the technology tab, is to do the things like killing an animal, trapping, fishing with nets, ploughing, sowing, harvesting, collecting vegetables, milking animals, shearing sheep. This one, it takes forever. But you can do the ploughing and sowing and harvesting reasonably easily. The other ones, well, you have to wait until you've got livestock, which is, I haven't even got there yet. So I don't know when you get that. They cost thousands of coin to buy just one animal. So yeah, takes a while, I think. Anyway, let's talk to this soundboard guy. He's right here. He's a grumpy bastard, I'll warn you right now. Soundboard, wait, trying to talk to you. Who are you and what do you want? Awesome. I am Rasimir, friend of Castellan. He wants, and notice that sentence ends there, so I don't think he's going to listen to us. Lordan's nephew. Lordan, a great man. It's a shame that we lost him. If you were only half the man he was, you might be worth my time. So what is it? So about the wolves, there are 2 packs that have grown too big, too fast. One has crossed the plains between Honecker and Gostovia. It is only a matter of time until they will be biting Unigost's rotten flesh. The other one is gathering around the lake in the south. I bet they will start coming to Denica soon. Shall we kill them? Killing a pack? You would need a large hunting party for that, and even then we would lose a lot of good men. No, but the villagers should be alerted and prepare. Sure, I will make sure they are prepared. Thanks. Oh, by the way, show me your wares. Haha. I don't actually think I've got anything on here. I failed at my own rule about sort of traveling between things. But, you know, this guy does sell things like bows and arrows and stuff like that, which are good. I would say you probably don't need them at this stage. The spears will work fine. The bows definitely make things easier, but you can actually craft your own. Spending 200 coin on a bow and 10 coin per arrow is a waste, in my opinion. In my opinion. The water skin may be worth it, but I mean, I've not been caught short just yet. But yeah, just bear in mind this guy does sell some stuff, so you can in turn sell stuff to him. I failed miserably in bringing stuff here that I could sell to him. Whoops. Anyway, back to Ghost. What's his chop's name? Okay, this is not good. This is not good. No! No! Okay, yeah, I am under attack by a goddamn wolf. This guy sucks. There goes a spear. Ouch! Oh my god, I nearly died. I can see what he means by wolves. Holy crap. That was not good. That is not good. Right. Do I have that herbs on me? I have 2. This is not good. I need more herbs. Okay. I need to keep an eye out for those herbs. Now that doesn't... Well, it didn't happen last time that I came here. This was fine, but... just watch out. There might be some wolves about. You notice how my spear broke almost instantly when I tried to attack that guy. It's quite difficult combat-wise when they're sort of on you like that. The best thing to do is just run backwards and just jab the spear constantly as they come at you. But if panic sets in, it can be quite hard to sort of hit them and land the hits. But hopefully you'll survive long enough to kill the bastard, as I did there, but only just. Absolutely, only just. So... yeah, we've got to go all the way back here now. And I'm going to try and keep an eye out for that herb. And I don't have my detect herbs yet. Otherwise, this would be a simple operation. But, okay. I'm going to keep my spear out now. I will not be caught by surprise. Well, I just found a water skin just off the road here. I didn't find this the first time I played through. But yeah, on the road back from Sambir here, there's a bit of fence that's broken, and then there's a cart down there, and there's a water skin in the cart. So there you go. You don't need to buy one. You can just find one off the track there. Stuff up now that I've just unlocked survival sense, and this is what it looks like. This is where it's really useful to get. And obviously the bloodleaf plantain then lights up in yellow and you can see it a mile off. And that is super helpful when you get injured. You can just chow down on those things. And there we go, I'm back up to 100 health. Like nothing ever happened. No wolf took me by surprise. No, no, no. So always good to keep a little stock of these things on. Bear in mind that inspect mode does take stamina. So it will wear you out a little bit. Have a little drink. We're actually losing daylight again already, so I think I could probably get back to Unigost, and then we'll have to call it a day on this one. So, what did Sambor say? Well, he is a loner lurking through the woods, but he knows the game around here, and he believes that both Gustovia and Denica will have to face wolf attacks soon. I was afraid it would be something like that. Well, here's the first reward, courtesy of the last tax collection Sambor actually complied with. What will you do? I will take care of the defences here in Gustovia, but hey, I need you to make sure Denica is prepared. Go there and convince Dogbert to build palisades. They will be ready for anything, I give you my word. Okay, and there we go. So our next mission is to actually go to Denica, which is all the way over there. Our house is here, so it's a little bit of a walk, but the good news is we'll have plenty of time to gather stuff on the way and then obviously sell stuff when we get there, so that's always good. I have picked up a bunch of stuff to sell here, some John's Wort and unripe berries. You can actually pick the berries and they will sell for 1 coin. So 102 berries, 102 coin, not a bad turnover really. We just need to find someone who's actually going to sell stuff, who's going to buy stuff off of us. And we go into the tavern. The tavern. Hello. I should probably put my torch out. Hi. 48. Can I Oh, no time for chit chat? Okay then. I guess you're just giving me terrible prices on all this stuff. Oh no, you'll still give me 1 coin for every unripe berry though, so screw you. 102 coins please, thank you very much. And the John's War is 2 each as well, so we'll get rid of all of that. Thank you very much. 573 coin so far. I got 39 sticks on me. Do you want 39 sticks? Sure, yeah, take another bunch of coin. Ah dear, and that's what I mean. You've got to gather the stuff between every single village you visit, because that's how you're going to make a lot of coin early on. Now obviously even 500 coin that I have at the moment, or 600 sorry, is actually not a lot in the grand scheme of things, not when a goose costs like 1,000 coin. So yeah, so we've got a few more people here with some skills. Beesdar. Oh no, it's just Beesdar and Adelina here, who's actually... What are you two doing? I have no idea. I'm going to stay out of it, I think. Let's get it on. Alwyn, wait for next summer. So we can't talk to Alwyn until next summer, which is in, well, 1 more night's time. So that's not too far away. And obviously go to... Denica and survive for a season. So there we go. I think we're in a pretty good place to call it there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to head home, sort of bunker down, as it were, do a little bit of more gathering around. Oh, and build a workshop as well, but we'll do that in the next episode, actually. That is going to be all for today. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Medieval Dynasty. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button for more content from me. And if you liked today's episode, I'd very much appreciate if you'd absolutely obliterate that like button. That would be wonderful of you. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.